Hi, welcome to Coffee Astronomy. I'm Jim Craig. And this week's question is one that I hear fairly often. Whenever there's some astronomical event, people want to know where to go to see it. Last year, for example, in December, we had the great conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn, and there was comet Neowise. There are lunar eclipses, partial solar eclipses, total solar eclipses, a lot of different things that people want to see in the sky. And usually they get hyped a little bit by the media, and to some extent that's okay. In other ways, they go way over the top. But where you go depends on what it is you want to look at. For example, if it's anything planetary or lunar or solar, 9 times out of 10 you don't have to go anywhere because planets are bright. The moon is bright. The sun is too bright, you're going to want to get some sort of visual protection. And I think I addressed that in another video. If not, let me know, and I will. But, planetary conjunction, you should be able to see from your own backyard. Now, there sometimes are exceptions. There was an exception in my case. That particular part of the sky where it occurred, my neighbors have a huge oak tree. And I can kind of dodge around and look through the branches to see it, but that's not what I wanted to do. And I wanted to take some pictures and video of this event. But I have a friend. I happen to know that her yard has a wide open view of that particular part of the sky. And my wife and I, spent an evening, bought a pizza, made an event of it, and had a good time seeing this in the sky from her house. Now, for comet Neowise, that was a little bit trickier because comets are fainter. Fortunately, it was bright enough to be seen without leaving my city. And again, from my yard, I couldn't see it because I'm surrounded by oak trees. There was one part of my yard that I could stand in and I could just see it, but that's only after I already knew where it was in the sky. If I'd gone out looking for it, I'd have never found it. So what I needed was a clear view of the eastern horizon because it was visible in the morning. So I went on a hillside nearby that happened to look over a cemetery, and I can see the city 18 miles away. So I knew that I had a pretty clear view. And the first day I went out to see it, I didn't have any luck. But the second day when I went out, I scanned with binoculars. I also made a point of knowing where it would be in the sky. I was able to find it. I was able to take pictures of it. And it was a nice thing to see. Now, when you go out to view anything, remember the 5 Ps. Prior planning prevents poor performance. That's important. You really need to plan ahead. One event I missed was a rocket launch. And some folks I knew saw it, but I missed it because I didn't plan. I had a place where I wanted to go. I didn't plan ahead. That place was closed off. And by the time I got to another spot in the road where I could even pull over, it had already happened and I missed it. So yeah, even after all these years, I still miss things because I don't plan. And what's the old saying? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And that's what happened that night to me. I failed. I hope I get an opportunity again with more rocket launches coming up. I think it might happen for me. Now, how do you plan? One of the ways is with software. If you have an idea of when this event is going to occur, and again, if you got it from the news media or something like that, they will tell you when it will occur. Find a piece of software. I'm going to put a link to one that I use all the time in the comments below, and that is a program called Stellarium, and it's available for Windows, it's available for Macintosh, it's available for Linux. There are versions of it for iOS, there are versions of it for Android. Most of them are free, and most of them will show you what you need to know. But find the event. With Comet, you may have to do some updating, and that's beyond the scope of what I need to do here. But find the event you want to see and click on it. And in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see an information box. And 2 things to look for. You're going to see ALT, which is for altitude. That's how far above the horizon it is. And azimuth, and that's the direction east and west with 0 being due north, 90 being east, 180 being south, and 270 being west. By the way, my hand gestures, that's from where I'm sitting, that's the way it works. I'm facing east. But that will give you some idea of which direction to look and how high up to look. Now, if you go out before your event and you look that direction and you see a big tree in the way, then you're going to have to go somewhere else. If it looks like you've got a clear shot at it, that's the place to be. So, yeah, try downloading the software, take a look at it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll get to your questions. I look forward to your questions. And if you want to help me keep these coming to you, consider becoming a patron by going to patreon.com, Planet of Mystery. That's patreon.com/planet_of_mystery. And for as little as $1 a month, I will bring you this content. I will bring you exclusive content. I will bring you artwork, wallpaper. I'm even working on a piece of software to help people do some alignment with their telescopes, that sort of thing. So please consider becoming a patron. So until next week, this is Jim Craig with Coffee and Astronomy, hoping you find something to look at, get out, and take a look.